What's going on, gentlemen? It's another beautiful NFL weekend. Getting off a long shift at the BFD, big busy day, and we're heading into week 2 NFL picks. Great boys out in Vegas, so good luck to you tomorrow. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, no, good luck to you. Make some money tomorrow. But I want to look at the standings real quick. One thing I want to say, I went 1-4 last week. I'm not that happy with that, obviously, but I think in this competition, unless you get yourself like 5 to 7 games behind, even if you're 5 to 7 games behind, it's not that big a deal. If you get double digits down, like you have trouble. But early on, I mean, the swings I think are going to be pretty significant here. I did hit on my favorite play last week. That's the only thing I have to. That's the only thing I can be happy about is that I actually won the game I was most confident about. But you know, I like doing this. Like this is fun, actually. I thought about it all week. It's kind of how I end my week. I generally work Tuesday through Saturday, and Sunday morning or Saturday night is my all right, I got a day off tomorrow. I get to watch some football and break things down. And if you guys have anything that thinks you can make it better, let me know. That would be awesome. I appreciate some criticism or just whatever. I mean, I do an entire hour-long podcast for my other fantasy league that I really like. I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun to me. So look forward to it all week, and let me know what's going on. Anyway, this week, week 2 NFL. When it comes to pick, we have 8 home dogs this week. So if we were I don't know, one of those guys playing the numbers, I don't even know what it's called, but I mean, if you were into that type of thing, there are half the slate this week is home dogs. So you had 8 games right there that you've already liked. I mean, I like a lot of games this week, but it's not 8 home dogs, so we'll see how it turns out. A quick stat, though, I like to a stat of the week, we'll call it, is we have road favorites that won at home in week 2. They won at home in week 1, and they're road favorites in week 2. They are 14-40 against the spread over the last 10 years. Now, I don't have a chance to take advantage of this week, but Big Boys are out in Vegas. I mean, maybe you guys just throw $100 on these 3 teams for fun. The Lions, the Redskins, and the Atlanta Falcons. Just for that stat. I mean, 14-40 over the last 10 years. I mean, there's got to be something to it. So give it a try. It's not my picks. I just think it's interesting. It's the biggest stat anomaly that I saw throughout the week throughout the week going into week 2. So, real quick, I said that you guys are out in Vegas, and I really did. I've enjoyed all my time in Vegas with all you guys. Had a lot of fun. But I think it's funny to juxtapose Mike and Joe in Vegas versus me and Dave in Vegas. If Dolan and I ever went on a solo trip to Vegas, the 2 of us, I really do think we'd be eating yogurt from McDonald's in the morning, Panda Express, stuff like that, and we would just consistently have to. We'd be gambling. We have 70 hours in Vegas. Let's go. But these guys have been out there a few times, and they know how to do it right. It was a lot of fun last year with you guys. I kind of got antsy sometimes. What are we doing? I mean, I had Joe sitting in his room watching college football. I've been why in Vegas watching college football? Well, I bet on the game. Totally get it. I mean, definitely a relaxed atmosphere when you're with the Big Boys in Vegas, and I think it would be a nice combo if the 4 of us ever went. So, Dave, see if you can figure out how to do that one time. So let's go through the games real quick. I'm going to go through all the games I'm not going to bet, and then I'll go through my 5 at the end. I had a lot of games I liked this week. Last week I had to add games in that I liked, and this week I had to eliminate games. So I think it might be interesting to see how it goes. We'll start off with the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Tennessee. My look on this, I like the Colts. I lean Colts here. I didn't play it obviously, but I had to cross it off at the end. My thought process being is that I think the Colts played a very tough game last week at the Chargers. I think the Tennessee Titans are getting a lot of love for that big win they had last week, where in reality, yes, they won by 30 points. But was it a 30-point game? No. Did the Browns self-destruct? Yes. And did the Tennessee Titans take advantage of that? That's what you have to do. They did. But I think they're getting a little bit too much value there. I like the Colts. I see this as a field goal game. I love the Colts getting a field goal here, and I'd take the Colts if it was one of my top 5 teams. Second game, we have the Chargers traveling to Detroit. This is one of the games I was talking about where you've got the road favorite off a win coming in. The Lions legitimately should have won last week. Played a good game. Actually didn't look that bad outside of the last 18 minutes of that game. The Chargers, they're beat up this week. A lot of injuries on the defensive end. Mike Williams might not even play this week. They're going to really have to just feed the ball to Austin Ekeler. I mean, I like Phil Rivers, but this is a game you would play analytically for the Lions. I am not going to play. Buffalo versus the Giants. I took the Giants last week. Kind of didn't feel that bad about it when they go down and score on the opening drive, but in Buffalo last week, did they really play that well? I think the Jets kind of self-destructed. Buffalo was down 16-0 and 16-3 in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden they come back and win the game, and now they're favored by 1.5 when the Giants have their home opener. I would lean the Giants here. The biggest number of the week and biggest number I've seen in a long time are the New England Patriots laying 19 points at the Miami Dolphins. I just have don't touch all over this because I have no idea what to expect. My gut says Patriots. My brain says Dolphins. So if they don't coincide, I can't bet. My gut saying Dolphins is just that's just too many points in the NFL. I did a little digging on it, trying to figure out where to go with this game. And, the head coach of the Dolphins is a former Patriot linebackers coach, I believe. And, maybe Belichick's not going to run up the score on him, doesn't want to make him look too bad. We have a little up-down theory here where the Dolphins were so bad last week. Can they really be that bad? But then, my heart, my gut say, the Patriots are just going to roll because they looked so good last week. So I just stay away. I think at the end of the day, if I had to lean, if I had to play this game, I would play the Patriots. And it's probably a sucker bet. Washington Redskins this week, getting 5.5 points at home against the Dallas Cowboys. This would be an analytics home dog that you play, where you play the Redskins. That's a number that you would think would be higher, but it's not. It's kind of a weird one. You say, the Cowboys looked great last week, but they played the Giants. The Redskins, they didn't look that bad, so maybe they're not as bad as we think. Redskins get a dirty backdoor cover, but they played the first 10 minutes of that game great. Case Keenum didn't look awful. So we'll see what happens. If I had to lean, I'd take the Redskins in that game just because I don't like that line. I don't like that line isn't moving any farther out. So I just think Vegas knows something that we don't know. We have 85% of the money going on, or 85% of the bets going on the Dallas Cowboys this week. Jacksonville at Houston. Again, a number that I won't touch. We're at 8.5 here. I don't know. The Texans should have won last week. The Jaguars are getting probably 3 or 4 points added to that spread because Nick Foles isn't playing. But Gardner Flint Minshew, the second. Fun fact about him is he's the second, but there's no first. That's just his name, which is amazing to me. I love it. I also love the fact the guy stretches him just his jockstrap. So maybe this guy's got some swag I don't know about. And that plus touchdown line there, the Texans short week. I'm not going to touch it. If I had to lean, I'd probably take Houston there, but that's a tough one. Well, a game I kind of like. I like Pittsburgh at home. I bet on Pittsburgh last week with you guys. I would have taken them again this week, but it kind of felt just outside the fray. I had to eliminate them at the last minute there. But I think, I'm going to talk about it later, but I think that Seattle might not be as good as we just assume Seattle's going to be, and Pittsburgh's definitely not that bad. I mean, I talked about the well-run organization, and they are, and I just think they're going to get it together. They're laying 3.5. If this game was 3, it would definitely be something I would take, but at 3.5, I'm going to lay low, stay back, just enjoy and watch. Moving on to, this is a tough one. I hated cutting this one out. I love the Kansas City Chiefs. On the road, going to Oakland. Oakland having a win on Monday Night Football. Last week, the Chiefs, they're just, I said it last week, they're out to prove something. They're on a mission. They lose Tyreek Hill last week, but they don't seem to miss a beat. And they roll all over the Jacksonville Jaguars. That defense is a little bit questionable, but I also think that maybe they played a little bit of soft coverage, keep the ball in front of this kind of stuff, and I think maybe that's why Minshew was 24, 28 for 250 once he came in last week. They really weren't that scared, so maybe they cut it up a little bit this week. And I can see the Chiefs putting up a big number here. I like that game in the over tomorrow if you're betting that out in Las Vegas. Let's skip ahead here. Another game that I wanted to bet, but I didn't. I like the Denver Broncos at home, giving me 2.5 points. Home dog. And Denver's something like, 15-6 in September at home over the last 8 years. And, it's mile high. I don't like Mitch Trubisky. The Denver head coach is a former, Bears defensive coordinator. And, I just think that if anybody's going to know what the Bears' weaknesses on offense were, it could be the Broncos head coach, and I think they have a good chance to go home in the home opener and get a W. I would take the Broncos outright there, but that point's it's below 3. It's a tough thing, and I felt there was better value in other games. Monday Night Football, you have Cleveland going to the New York Jets. They lose Sam Darnold this week. Cleveland looks awful last week. Up-down theory here. I'd go with the Browns, and I would lay the 6.5. Just because the Jets are at home. It's their home opener, but they lose the start. Trevor Siemian, he started this week. He started this week. I don't even know. I know he went to Northwestern and he played for the Broncos for a little bit, but Le'Veon Bell's got a shoulder thing, and I think the Browns are primed to put up a big number on them this week. Moving on to my picks. I know you guys have probably just been waiting for this. You probably fast forward to the end, so go to the 12-minute, 38-second mark, and you get my picks. We're going to go in order here, 5-1. Number 5, I go with the Atlanta Falcons, getting 2.5 points at home at the Georgia Dome. I'm going to take that number, that 14-40 number I talked about earlier, where we've got the home team being a home dog. They were on the road last week. Atlanta, really, I'm not going to give up on them yet. I think they have enough talent. It's Sunday Night Football. They're getting a couple points, which really doesn't matter that much unless there's some weird things that happen. But I like Atlanta outright in this game. I like that offense, and I'm not going to give up on it. Really, Philadelphia looked vulnerable last week. Washington put up, 26, 30 points on them last week. So I like that for that fact that I think the Atlanta offense can wake up. We get Devontae Freeman a little bit involved in the game, and I just think they'll put together 4 quarters at home with the crowd behind them. Next game, I like the Cincinnati Bengals laying 1.5 points at home against the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers haven't been home since August. They went to Tampa. They got a win. It was not a pretty win. 2 pick sixes off of Jameis Winston. They went 31-17. I really didn't see much out of that offense. And I think Cincinnati overperformed on the road last week. A little recency bias on my part here, and I'll fully be culpable of that. But, maybe Cincinnati's not as bad as I thought. And I think San Francisco's win last week kind of keeps this spread under 3 points with Cincinnati at home in the home opener. So I'll go Bengals here. Game I really like, very interested in, probably the game of the week. You have New Orleans going to the LA Rams, a rematch of the NFC Championship game last season. And real quick, home field advantage is 6 points. So if these two teams are even, the Rams should be favored by 3. And that's how I see it. You would think in a vacuum, these two teams are even. If they're over under win totals for the year, we're both 10.5 or something like that. So I think the Rams should be laying 3, and they're only laying 2. So I'm going to play a little value here. I'm going to take the Rams. I don't like Drew Brees and the Saints outside of the dome ever. And I like Goff at home. His splits last year are ridiculous when it comes home to road. Nearly like 100 yards more passing at home. His touchdown to interception ratio at home is like 3-1. On the road, it's 1-1. So I'm going to take Goff and the Rams here at home, laying the 2. Next game, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers, laying 3 points at home against Minnesota. Green Bay's had 10 days to prepare. Minnesota really it was a funny game against Atlanta. I mean, they got up 28-0. They didn't really explore the offense at all. They sat on the ball. Kirk Cousins throws the ball 10 times. I love Dalvin Cook. I think he was great last week. But I just think the Packers are going to give them a game, and they're going to have to explore some stuff. It's going to be 3rd and 6, and Kirk Cousins is going to be in pass-only mode. And I'm interested to see what happens on the road. Home opener for the Packers. I laid 3 happily. I think the Packers win that thing by 7 to 10 points. My game of the week, I have talked myself. This is my game of the week. This is the Take It Downtown lock of the week. I have talked myself into this game throughout the week, and I hate laying big numbers. Never lay big numbers. But I'm going to do it here for the lock of the week. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens laying 13 big points against the Arizona Cardinals. And why? Well, I watched the Lions game last week against the Cardinals, and after 3 quarters, I texted you guys, Kyler Murray's a bust. And if Matt Patricia and the boys can make Kyler Murray look that bad through 3 quarters, I think John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens organization is going to figure out how to make them look stupid. I could see this game get real ugly, and real ugly quick. And that's it. Gentlemen, if you have anything else to add, send me a text, shoot me a note, let me know what's going on. Pretty boys, enjoy your Vegas day. Vegas Sunday. Oh, Vegas Sunday. NFL Sunday in Vegas. Nothing like it. Gosh, I was going to have like bacon and eggs and a beer at 9:30 in the morning. Get ready for kickoff. Get your tickets in, boys. Make some money. I'll see you soon. Have a good night.